Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. And please allow me to greet you in the Moroccan way. Assalamu alaikum means peace be upon you all. My name is Abdedaim, as you have my bio, and I'm from Morocco, as you can notice from my outfit. I'm a Rotary Peace Fellow, Class 20, and I'm pursuing a Master of International Development Policy at Duke University. Since I arrived, I was working hard to better understand the energy dilemma, the challenges, the opportunities. And being a Rotary Peace Fellow, of course, I had to look into conflict and peace. And today's presentation is mainly about harmonizing peace, energy, and peace. At the end, we're going to look into some lessons that we may learn from the Morocco case. So in this presentation, we'll have a short introduction. Then I will try to give you a brief overview of the energy dilemma in Morocco, as well as what Morocco did to overcome the challenges through the energy transition. And at the end, we see a very innovative project that's called Morocco-UK Power Project, which is basically Morocco will export energy, electricity that is generated from solar power from Morocco to the UK. It may not seem realistic, but we see detail in a bit. So let's dig in. Energy, as we all know, is an essential component of our life, individually and organizationally and in all levels, including geopolitically, which I will touch in my presentation. As you can see in this map that was published by the New York Times, it shows how Europe, for example, is dependent on the pipeline and the natural gas that are coming from Russia to Europe through the pipelines. And you can notice that, for example, Germany is dependent on 80% of its energy that is coming from Russia. That means, in one small decision, Russia can decide not to supply natural gas to Germany. And of course, it would be a huge crisis. And of course, everyone in the room is familiar with what is going on now in Europe. And it's mainly energy, one main component of that conflict. So energy definitely could be a source of conflict. And many studies were conducted to understand the correlation between energy and conflict. But today, I'm going to talk about energy and cooperation and how it could be and it should be a way to develop partnerships and to have more peace. In the Morocco case study, Morocco, as you know, is a neighbor of the United States, right? So there is only the Atlantic Ocean between us. Direct flights from Washington, D.C. to Casablanca may take like 7 hours and a few minutes. And it's close to Spain, Algeria, and Mauritania, as you can see in the map. I'm not going to talk about geography today, just as a brief overview. So this is the north of Morocco. And as you can see, Morocco, being a neighbor of Algeria, Algeria, according to this year's statistics, is one of the 10th large producers of natural gas in the world. And Morocco, what a coincidence, is dependent on foreign energy source by more than 90%. Being a neighbor to Algeria was a good opportunity. And since 1996, Algeria started supplying natural gas to both Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. Portugal was there in 1997. In this map, you can see the route of the pipelines, right? Which is highlighted in yellow. And due to diplomatic relationship between Algeria and Morocco, unfortunately, Algeria decided last year to cut the diplomatic relationship, which means they decided not to renew the contract. But fortunately, we have a good neighbor, Spain. And then Spain And Morocco agreed to use the same pipeline to reversely pump the natural gas to Morocco. So in this dilemma, we might go deeper in the discussion, but the main important point is Morocco needs to build its energy independency, which is a key component of having peace in the region. And Morocco decided not to engage in conflict with Algeria. It tried to explore other options, as you can see. Within this context, Morocco has a very ambitious energy transition strategy that is trying to reach 52% of having renewable energy sources in our electricity mix by 2030 and 100% by 2050. So Morocco indeed has one of the largest solar concentrated power plants in the world, which you can see in those articles published by the United Nations, World Bank, and other news articles. In this context, this is a very innovative project, as I already mentioned. Morocco is also partnered with the United Kingdom in this project that is implemented by the private sector, 100%, and it is working to generate electricity in Morocco, as we have one of the highest irradiation area in the world. This project, as you can see, the red line is the projected route. It will be generated in Gulmim Wednoun region in Morocco, and it will be exported to Devon in the UK. You might wonder how far is that? It's around 2,300 miles, and approximately from this auditorium to Montana State. So you can imagine. This project will be a win-win project for both Morocco and the UK. And Morocco will export electricity exclusively through this project. We have other projects, of course. And the previous one that I already mentioned, it's already connected to the grid and feeding 2 million users in Morocco. This one will be exclusively to feed 7 million homes in the UK. Morocco as well, you may wonder what they will benefit. They will benefit jobs, 10,000 jobs, 2,000 of which will be permanent, and technology transfer, which is extremely important. Building the capacity of Morocco in the future, when the country will reach 100% of its energy coming from renewable source, will be thinking of exporting energy, right? Because it's a renewable source. And using that, this is the time to build that capacity, that technological capacity. And this project would use technology called HVDC cables, as you can see in those pictures. Those pictures are so powerful and will be able to transfer that electricity from Morocco to the UK. This is not a project on the paper. It is actually under implementation. They already got the authorization to get connected to the grid in Devon, UK, as well as the all necessary paperwork from Morocco's Ministry of Energy Transition and Sustainable Development. And too many private sector big energy companies are investing in it from different parts of the world, including Germany. The main lesson learned from this case study, first thing, this is just an observation. Morocco could engage in conflict with Algeria, right? But it chose to have more options, more peaceful options. And this is not random. Morocco, since the King Mohammed VI acceded the throne in 1999, he was always seeking peaceful relationship, peaceful cooperation, and even his PhD thesis was about building cooperation between the European Union and the Maghreb states. Maghreb states are Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Mauritania. So, and this is because Morocco was founded in 789 AD, and it was the first country to recognize the independence of the United States, by the way. So, since that time, Morocco is always thinking of future generation. And prioritizing future generation will always will always make us choose peace and not conflict. Second lesson that I learned from this case study, that peace and the mindset of having and prioritizing peace and cooperation could save us, right? In the time that Morocco was about to fall in a crisis, Morocco's good relationship with Spain was enough to get away from this crisis. And it wouldn't be possible without a cooperation and peaceful relationship with Spain. The third lesson is while facing our challenges and trying to solve our problems, we should think of others. And this is what Morocco did. While solving our energy issue, the UK as well is facing an energy issue. And this project will contribute to 8% of the electricity used in the UK. So this is it, and thank you for your attention.